Welcome to the Film Garage 208 podcast. My name is Sarah and this is Daniel.
Hello.
Hello. Today we have with us Ray, who is a BYU-I student, and he's from Sierra Leone, and he has a foundation, a nonprofit foundation, right?
Yeah.
So tell us
Very
what
cool.
exactly that is.
So they, just like what she said, I'm from Sierra Leone, and so I got the opportunity to come to America. Somebody gave me a scholarship.
Oh.
And so when I got here, looking at the so many opportunities that are in this country, and I look back, how can I give back to what is happening at home? How can I be part of the story? How can I help my people?
Mm-hmm.
And then so it all started, last year. Had some money, and I was contemplating between, do I need to get a car or do I need to help my community, build a primary school, like an elementary school they are struggling with.
Wow.
So I had to make
That's big morals on your back.
Seriously.
You're like, let me do something good with my money.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
No,
Okay.
That's amazing.
Okay. So
Good for
finish
you.
the story.
So, and then the Lord and everything just like, okay, you know what? You have to put this money into good use. And then I started the Ray Foundation. I started, begin to talk to people back home. Now I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my responsibility is to tell the story. I'm here to tell the story, not for my own benefit, but for the benefit of my community, to see how they can strive.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
So I started with the little I have,
Mm-hmm.
and then I started reaching out to people
Okay.
that I have so one of the people that I started reaching out to was my professors.
Yeah.
And
Smart.
the whole idea about BYU Idaho is to be able to produce disciples, graduate, people who go out there and make difference
Mm-hmm.
in the world. And I was like, okay, now this is what you're teaching us, to be problem solver. This is what you're teaching us, to go out there and do good.
Like, let's do it.
But now I have a problem in my community. How can you help me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And some of them were like, Ray, how can I help you? And I was like, you have your friends. You have people that might be interested in something like this.
Yeah.
I'm putting together resources. I want to build a primary school in my community in Africa.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then, as the Lord will have it, I had people like, okay, yeah, I think this is cool. This is, this is what you're doing. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So people start believing in me, and people start putting their resources, into the Ray Foundation.
Sure.
And at the end of the day, one thing because a lot of people will ask the question, like, is Ray doing this for himself? Like, how legit is this?
so.
Why would Ray? Yeah.
Yeah, why would he want to do it?
Yeah.
And then, so one of the things I did, okay, now if I'm going to make this, then I had to make it like authentic.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to register with the,
Not just like, give me your money.
give me your money. And,
I was going to say, how did you
give
start?
It to a school.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
So
it was all based on trust, essentially.
yeah, it was based on trust, because I had to build that
Your
trust.
story.
My story, and it has to be legit. And I was like, okay, now if I'm putting these resources together, what am I going to do is to, register this thing with Idaho State. So I did, state registration, and then register with IRS, to get the 501c
The officials.
Gotcha.
state
Sure.
of, okay, this is a legit,
Non-profit.
non-profit and all that. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we get accountability, like how are we using the money? You get the point. So I needed to let people know that this is not about me. I'm not telling this story for my own interest. I'm telling this story because I want to help my community. I want to give back.
100%.
Yeah.
And the only way we could make the quality of the lives of the people improve in the country is through education.
Sure.
If America
Yeah.
is the way it is today, because America has the best tech, people, they have the best engineers, they have, lawyers, they have,
Yeah. Just all
it
these
all comes back.
resources.
It all comes back to education.
That's
Does.
true.
And so Africa, over time, that has been our challenge. It's about how do we get men and women who could make informed decision through education.
Interesting.
And I grew up very poor. I did not have all the opportunities. So when I came here, I was like, okay, well,
in Sierra Leone?
yes,
And you were born and raised there?
I was born and raised there.
Okay.
And
What is that community like?
Yeah. What was that like growing up there?
So growing up, it was like you're technically at a survival mode. I could tell you this, that I had to walk 10 miles Monday to Friday to go to school. I have to walk like from here
That's crazy.
to Rigby to go to school Monday to Friday. It was part of my story.
Like every day?
Every day, Monday to Friday.
That was one way or both ways?
Both ways.
Oh
crazy.
my gosh. And like you as a child having to go and do that.
You get it's
And like,
So did you do it? Because that's going to hold you back. Like
Yeah, is
those
that-
are things that are adversity.
Is that something that you like just had to do? Like here, it's just kind of expected you go to school, but with a hurdle like that, like, is it more optional or is it just something like you just deal with? And
so this is the thing. There now, looking at like Idaho Falls for an instance, like you have elementary school, you have schools all over the place. Now you're living in IF, and then maybe the nearby school it's in Rigby. And now you believe that, okay, my only way out of poverty, my only way to a better life is education. You have to pay that price. You have to go there.
Sure.
You get 100%. The point. So even the school we're building right now, we're building in a community where kids has to walk miles to go to the nearby school. There are some communities that don't have access to good school.
Like
so for me, they don't have access to good school. So for me, it's like, okay, how do we, provide an access that, okay,
sure,
there should not be a reason why in this generation right now, in this time, there should not be a reason why nobody should get access to education. 100%. Everybody deserves to, education is a right.
Yeah.
You get the point. It's a right. Yeah. So for me, I've been telling this story so that these kids get that right. They're not fortunate as the way I am because I'm in America right now. You get the point. So me being here, it's me telling people that, okay, I have, a group of kids, $1 will contribute to their education.
Like $1 literally this kid.
Yeah.
It will help them.
It will help them. You get the point. So that's really what I've been telling people. That's what I've been doing.
Totally.
Over time. Yeah. So it comes from a place of my own personal experience, what I went through to be where I am today. So imagine if I would have given up.
Yeah.
Because you made it all the way up to getting to a college scholarship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you pushed through and you went to school.
Yeah, I mean, because education is the only way. I was like, okay, if I'm gonna make whatever happen, if I'm gonna get a better life, if I'm gonna contribute to what is happening, I have to get education. And so it's a light. Every community needs it. Every family, every society needs it. It's the only way out.
Yeah.
So for me, I strongly believe in education, and that's why even when I came here, I reflect that, okay, how can I help? How can I be part of what is happening home?
Yeah.
And that's where the Ray Foundation came from. That's where it came from.
Yeah, you're here and you're all of this and you're like, okay, I need to help them back at home. Like I need to give them a taste.
Yeah, I need to give them a taste what it's about.
But that's really cool. You've been able to use your resources here to make a bigger impact than you would be able to alone, with your teachers and your network.
Yeah, I mean, So one of the things I've come to learn over time is that we might not be able to change the world. We might not be able to change everything, but trust me, we can make things happen in our own little corner.
Sure.
In our own little space. We could be that that hope. We could be that that assurance. Our life could be something that somebody will look up to and say, okay, you know what? I may want to give up, but if this person is doing this, giving me that hope.
A role model.
A role model. So for me, I want to be that hope.
Yeah.
And like, good that you're still pushing, that you didn't get here and you're like, I made it. I'm going to go buy my car and enjoy my life. Like, you kept all of that experience and you remembered it. And I think that's really cool because I think a lot of people, when they start getting money, they change and their true self comes out and sometimes it's not pretty. And
no, I mean, it's really not, because when you look back what is happening, and especially where I'm coming from, I am coming from a country that we had a civil war for 11 years. And, it literally destroyed a lot of things, like the education, health, it destroyed a lot of things. So the country is still trying to rebuild.
What years was that? That was...
in Sierra Leone?
Yeah.
I think it was in 1991 or so.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a long time.
It was a little bit. I remember reading a book. I did a book report.
Yeah, the blood... I don't know if you heard about the Blood Diamond story.
I have heard about that one.
Yes, so that happened in Sierra Leone. So
really,
it's the country is at a point where we're trying to rebuild. We're trying to rebuild things.
So what is like some of the hardest things about bringing a school together? Is it literal building the school or getting the people, like the teachers? And
so right now the school we're building, we're actually building like the structure itself, because the one they use mud and sticks, just at least a signage of school, because the community themselves, they came together. We may not have all the resources. Let's do the little we have. So they put together mods and stick. And this has been there for since I was a kid.
Really?
And it's
been
held
there.
up. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's been there since I
cool.
was a kid. And
Wow.
and then one day.
Did you go to school there? Is that where you went?
So the reason why I did not go to school there because I had to work, like go to a better, like a far away better school.
You wanted a better education.
You know, so I had to like, you know, pay that price.
Sacrifice.
And, you know, go there. So this school that has been there for a very long time. And, you know, one day, just part of the story, I was talking to my dad and I was like, okay, have you guys done anything about that school? They're like, no, it's still there. Like, okay, well, maybe it's time for us to do something about it instead of complaining. Maybe it's time. I said, I don't have all the resources. I don't have everything. But one thing that I've come to know also is the God factor. Sometimes all we need to do is to dream and God will provide the ways. You know, just like what happened this morning. I've come in my tire guts, you know, and I was like, okay, just pass through
Everything
the gas
was
station.
holding us back today.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
just go through the gas station and I was able to meet somebody who was willing to help me and he did it for free.
It falls into the place right there.
You know, so everything falls into place. So I believe that, you know, with the Rafa, it's not easy. I haven't had my life together. I'm still in college. I haven't nothing.
Yeah. So you said you got here a year ago?
No, I
How
got
long have you
here
been
like I got here
BYU-I?
2021.
Okay, great. Okay.
2021.
Okay.
It was like during the COVID time.
Right after all of
Yeah.
that.
So you're almost gonna graduate, right?
Yeah, I just have one semester to go.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, one semester. What are you majoring in?
Yeah, it's public policy and administration.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Right.
because
Yeah.
I feel like so many times people are like, why are you doing policy? But I'm like, it's more about
It's more than that.
It's more than that. It's about like, you know, the quality of our lives as people. It depends on policy. It depends on those men and women who sit around that round table. Those conversations they have, it impacts your life in a very huge way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we
what
have-
are your like plans for graduation? Are you wanting to like continue here and like build and grow the Ray Foundation, or are you wanting to?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
what's
I mean,
the plan?
'Cause you
Yeah,
can
I wanna-
do
I wanna
that from
grow it.
anywhere, right?
Yeah.
yeah, I can do that anywhere.
Yeah.
So the thing is, after my graduation, I'm gonna, you know, work for a year and then go to grad school.
Oh, great. Okay.
And then
Great.
after grad school, we'll see what happens next. We'll
Yeah.
see.
BYU they
Give
have
you
a
some more
grad
time
school,
to keep
right?
growing
Yeah,
too.
like BYU Provo
Okay.
has. I'm thinking, but I'm just looking for like schools that give me more opportunity, like
100%.
scholarship or something.
Sure.
Yes. The cheapest, the better.
And from what we've heard, BYU seems like they have a lot of connections.
Yeah, I mean BYU.
Interestingly enough.
Yeah, BYU has a lot of connections. I will tell you, like BYU has given me so much. You know, it's given me so much. Yeah.
How did you find out about BYU? Like, how did you get that scholarship initially?
Yeah.
So they, I'm LDS.
Okay.
Yes, I served the.
Born and raised.
No.
Okay.
I wasn't born and raised.
You
I
were
just-
infiltrated by missionaries.
Yes, my family. My dad got baptized, and then later I got baptized with my brother. So the church has given me so much. And so when I finished my mission in Nigeria, I came back.
In
So-
Nigeria.
yeah, so they have this family that it's called the Whole Foundation too. So they were helping. They're still doing it. They're helping international students all over the world.
Okay.
You come and tell them your story. Like,
Okay.
now, if we could give you education, what would you do in helping your people? And
Make sure
then-
they don't waste an opportunity on
Yeah.
someone who's not serious.
So I told them my story that I want to help. I want to see how I can, be able to contribute to
Yeah.
helping my community, my country, and they look at my story and they said, okay, fine, we're going to give you a chance. And they gave me a chance and I got here.
Wow.
And at that time, you didn't have any concept of the Ray Foundation. It was
There was no concept.
That was just your life. You
Yeah.
were
Yeah, it was
getting
just,
out.
there was no concept. It was when I got here and looking at all the opportunities. So one of the things that also strike that, so in Blackfoot 2 years ago, I had a friend who got a job and he invited us to go help him. They were doing the Blackfoot State Fair there. So when I was
Pretty
in that,
busy.
Yeah, when I was there, I was helping with the, we were on the trash crew helping, put everything together. And I could tell you that, for the past, I was there for a week.
And you made so much money, I bet.
We made money, but my heart was broken because the reason why my heart was broken is the wastage. There were people food. People would just
So much waste.
So much waste.
So much waste.
So much
Overconsumption.
Yeah,
Extra,
people would
extra.
just get a
Right.
milkshake.
That's like what the fare is.
Yeah.
Is overconsumption.
Yeah.
And waste.
It's just waste. Like people just get milkshake.
It's
just
crazy.
Get a tip of it and they trash it.
Literally.
And I was like,
yeah, that's probably really hard to watch when you've seen.
yeah. And I
Like
see
people who
struggle.
can eat this food.
people who can eat this, and
Yeah.
there are hundreds of people that I could tell you, there are hundreds of kids who go to bed.
It's like
without
when you
food.
don't have the perspective, you don't like you've seen it. You're like, hello?
Yeah, what are
But
you guys
like,
doing?
yeah, literally. But it's
Right
like
now,
no
I feel
one-
like a piece of shit.
Yeah. No one's
Shit.
been humbled. Perspective. Like when you're
Perspective.
here in the
Perspective.
United States, you're in your own world. Like you said, you're in your own corner, you're in your own world.
So that really opened your eyes at the fair, and you were like,
Yeah, I mean, it was like this could feed hundreds of
yeah,
kids, and looking back, like, okay, the struggles, and and I was like, okay. So that's when I started having the conversation. Those, I started getting the revelation about how am I going to do this, and I came back, got the money, and I was like, it's between the cars. Am I going to get a car or what?
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the day, I was like, oh, let me just start something noble. Let me just.
So was it from that job that was kind of what started it a little bit?
No, that job started the conversation in my head.
Sure. Okay.
The conversation started there.
Mm-hmm.
sure.
And then later on, I got a little bit money for my tax.
Sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so that when that money was in my account, and I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna be a big boy, get a car?
Especially if you're here, like
Which
at
would have been a
school,
very exciting moment for you, like working so hard to get to that point, and then like that would have been a big
like,
moment.
You need a car to get around here.
Yeah, you do.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but I mean, at that time, I choose not to. I was like,
Okay.
I choose not to. Like, okay,
We'll have to get to where because you do have a car now.
yes.
We had a flat tire this morning.
Yeah.
So we have to get to that part.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just, life is, helping people is just amazing. Like we could, and as I've been doing this, when I started, I have connections with my teachers. They introduced me to a lot of, big people. And then the apartment complex that I'm staying, the Lord has way of bringing people in our lives, to help us. So the apartment complex that I'm staying, I got, so there's one of their worker who, her name is Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
So Tiffany heard about, okay, I think Raymond is doing this. And she was like, I'm interested.
The foundation?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And then she made some donations, and, I went back to Africa. I went to Africa last year. I was there.
Uh-huh.
I went there. We started the whole project.
How
So
long were you there for doing that?
I was there for 2 months.
Okay.
So I went back and I gathered the whole community. Now let's do this.
Uh-huh. Did you have a big chunk of money? How
Yeah.
much did you?
Yeah, I raised a lot of money before I went to Africa.
Great.
So,
Like a couple thousand?
yeah.
Great.
And then so we started the walls of the school. So right now at the point we are we're at the second phase. We're raising funds to do the roof, get windows and doors and furniture.
Okay. So we're
Doing it in
nearing the
sections.
end.
Yeah.
Okay.
So done the first phase. The second phase now is to just finish up, get the roof over the building, windows, doors, and get some furnitures. So that's
Yeah.
where we are right now.
And then the stuff inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
The school
It's exciting.
materials.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's all. So so Tiffany later, heard about what I was doing, and it was like, I think Raymond, this is amazing. I want to be part of this. I
Yeah.
want to be something, And then, she came in, and I'll tell you, she's been a blessing. She's been the driving force. She's been the
Oh,
one,
wow. Okay.
putting everything together, and like helping out, going to events, and
So she's been like a partner in this foundation.
yes,
almost.
like going
Okay.
to events, doing helping with fundraiser.
Great.
Together with my roommate Sonny, who is also from Sierra Leone too. He's been amazing too. So
Yeah.
I've had people.
Did you know him back
Yes,
at home?
Sonny, yeah, I knew him
did?
back home,
Okay.
and when we've been roommates, and yeah, and I have Sonny there, and I also have amazing friends. I've had people really help me, and so I'm grateful for all those people. So the
Yeah.
Lord has put amazing people in my life to help me. So I can't take all the credit. I can't tell you that I'm doing all this, because sometimes people think, oh, it's not. I know, the idea started with me, but I tell you what I've been able to accomplish.
With your group.
It's a group,
Yeah.
So
Totally.
you said like Tiffany was going to events and stuff. So was
Yeah.
she going and like fundraising
Yeah,
or
we're doing
like
how we have a booth where we sell like hoodies and T-shirts.
Oh, okay.
She makes cookies, and
Great.
and we do raffle, and we've been going around in Rexburg getting donations from businesses and doing raffles. People get into raffle too.
I love it.
And people like to help. Like,
Yeah.
They just need to know where
Yeah.
where it matters.
Yeah,
Why
that's
and
true.
where, and to
Yeah.
put a face to it.
But I really like that you have just like a concrete vision of where it's going. And I'm sure that's like something a lot of people want to help out with someone that has direct ties. It's not like you're seeing an ad on the
If
internet
I
that's
was like, I'm going to build a school in Africa, they'd be like,
exactly. But like,
I'll believe you. I'll believe you. I will believe you. Anyway.
you would believe me. Thank you. Thank you.
but I'm sure that's really fun seeing people get behind your idea and like support it. That's probably really like exciting to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean one of the person too that has been really helping too, because it's this idea that when you like when you have a strong woman behind you also, help you.
Sure.
So my girlfriend too she's been amazing.
I'm sure.
Divine. She's been, she's also, her story is just like she also struggles, and, she's been like helping me, giving me ideas, and like, okay, let's do, you got to do this. And,
Yeah.
she's been really amazing. So,
Yeah.
and,
She's a BYU-I student too.
Yeah, she's a BYU-I student.
Is that where you guys met?
Yeah, we met at BYU, so BYU.
Oh, where's she from?
She's from Burundi.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Wow.
How far is that from Sierra Leone?
I mean, that's in the east, very far.
Very
So
far.
that's
Sierra Leone is in the west.
Okay. So I need to put perspective of how big Africa is on the map. Is it as big as the United States lengthwise?
Yeah, I mean, so that's a very good question.
I'm like, for how far away are you guys? 5 hours?
So right now, if I want to go back to my country, it's about like 32 hours.
Oh my God.
jeez. How many stops along the way?
Well, so it depends on the airline.
Sure.
It depends on the airline.
How good of a flight we
32
got.
hours.
Yeah. It depends on the airline. So when I was going back home, as of last year, I traveled from Salt Lake to New York, and then New York to Ghana to Sierra Leone.
Okay.
So it just depends to
I'm
the.
sure that's just a long flight.
Yeah. So like to answer your question, Africa has like 4 blocks. You have west, you have east, and north. It has 4 blocks. So Africa is really big. Over time, people when you mention that, okay, people just think Africa is just a country. I made it like just one, but it's really big.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's so huge.
It's so huge. You have a lot of countries. And,
Yeah.
like in the west, part of like you have Nigeria's there, Ghana, Togo,
Like
Cameroon.
Egypt up at the top.
Egypt is in the north.
Okay.
Egypt is in the north. So Africa is really big.
Yeah.
It's really big. But over time, people think that it's just small. But it's really big.
Yeah.
Is it spread out, or are they like just like populate like smaller?
It's spread out.
Yeah.
It's really spread out.
Yeah.
It's just like so let's say if Africa was like the United States, let's say United States of Africa, then we would have had something like the way things are done here, like you have in states and
Sure. Because
Gotcha.
they're all individual.
Yeah.
No one's united. It's
Yeah.
Sure.
I got it.
That makes sense.
I see.
So is the goal for you, I mean, you're still so young and early on in your career, but are you trying to like move back there, or are you trying to stay here and just keep growing here and helping back there?
so that's an interesting question.
It's kind of a hard question. You can't know
No,
that right
yeah,
now.
so
Like, yeah.
So this is the thing that home will always be home.
Yeah.
100%.
The home will always be home. And I'll tell you that America is a very beautiful country. America has a lot to give me. America has a lot of, but there will come a time in my life where I think that America will not need me. How do I mean? Because I'm getting education here. I'm going to get a career. I'm going to get experiences.
Okay.
And if I have the chance to help in my government, if I have the chance to be,
Sure.
100%.
to be part of what is happening home,
Yeah.
You can make more of an impact.
I'll take it.
Uh-huh.
But at this point right now, I'm at the point where I'm trying to build my life.
Yeah.
100%.
You can't give what you don't have.
Yeah.
You get the point. So
It's the foundation.
yeah.
Literally building up.
Yeah, I'm building up. You get the point. So it gets to that point where I'll be like, okay, I think I'm ready to not just to not just do my maybe my small corner. I'm ready to have conversation. I'm ready to influence what is happening in the government. I'm ready to, because that's one thing when you become a technocrat and whatever expertise you are into, then your voice matters. Then your opinion matters when it comes to certain things.
Yeah.
For instance, now because I'm a guy who's interested in policy. So if at the end of my career, I become a policy expert, then I'll be able to influence my governments. Like when they are putting their policies together, I'll be able to like, okay, I might be somebody they reach out to. So eventually when that time comes, I think I'll be more than happy to, to do it. But for now, it's just, I'm doing the little I can with the Ray Foundation in my own small corner, whilst also trying to build my life. So that I can be able to have a bigger impact of what is happening home. Yeah. Education is the only thing that gives you that. The resources, the people your network. Because at the end of the day, if you know a lot of people, then you can bring investors, you can bring businesses, companies to Sierra Leone and be
awareness.
Like, awareness. Do you want to go invest in my? Because at the end of the day, me myself, I'll become a resource. Because if I tell you now, hey, do you want to come to my country?
No, yeah.
Because of our relationship, you might want to come because like, okay, Raymond is like
100%.
Yeah, so I might be able to do that. I might be able to convince, okay, let's say the government needs resources to put together whatever. I might be able to have conversation with company and be like, hey, Microsoft, do you want to donate to my country? They're doing this. So I think at this point, that's where I'm focusing to be able to get to that height. And when you get to that point where I can do that, then I can be able to do it. But right now, it's just...
It's the credibility behind it. Yeah. Even though it's like you already have the great premise and the idea, it's like, just the school and the knowledge to.
So I have so we have our website. It's rayfoundationsl.org.
It's a good looking site.
Yeah. And then we also have on LinkedIn, it's Ray Foundation, Facebook Ray Foundation. And then on Instagram it's ray.foundation. Yeah, so we just we've been posting things and I'll tell you, social media is really it has also been a tool. It's been a blessing because on LinkedIn when I started this thing on LinkedIn, I met a lot of people who through
that's a good idea.
I think I love what you're doing. I had people
potentially that could make a big impact maybe with money.
Well, business professionals on LinkedIn. So that's a good idea.
So I was able to make a lot of network on LinkedIn and have people, trust me with their resources, their money. Yeah. And then, of course, I did a GoFundMe. Okay. And I was able to raise some money there too. I'm planning to do one as well. And I also reach out to people, keep telling, my friends, and if you know somebody who might be, because I know that one thing I know that people want to do good, but they are looking for the right channel.
100%.
Why aren't more people doing it? Like, I know you said there was the Civil War, but that was over in the early 2000s. Yeah. So are there other people doing exactly what you're doing and trying to grow the community, or? Well, are there struggles that's making it hard for people to do that?
I'll tell you that there are still, if you think there's Raymond, there's 1,000 Raymond out there.
There's 1,000 Raymonds out there?
Yeah, there are people who are also doing amazing things. Sure. So that we also have young men and women in my country who are also in their own little way who are trying to contribute, who are trying to help. And so for them, one thing they might not have, most of the guys back home who are doing amazing things, their voice is not too loud. As I'm in America, my voice is loud. Sure. You get the point. $1,000 will make a big impact. Okay. You get the point. $1,000 will make a big impact. You get the point. So for me, that's why one of my strengths is that, okay, I'm here, I'm willing to tell the story. I'm willing to have those conversations. I'm willing to drive and go wherever that I feel that it will help spread the word, the awareness that, okay, here's a community. I'm willing to let people join me in an effort to transform the lives of, the less privileged, people who don't have access to education. Yeah. I'm willing to do all that. You get the point. So that's the difference between me and most of the guys back home. But they're also doing their own little way. Sure. And it can be done. It can only be done if we all play our part. You get the point. It's just
Sure.
like the family.
It's all for the bigger picture.
The bigger picture, just like family. A family will only stay together if everybody play their part. Dad be dad.
It's
mom
true.
be mom. Children be children. The moment people stop playing their part, that's when the family begins to fall apart. The moment maybe the wife is not playing the wife role, the husband is not playing the husband role, it begins to fall apart. So I believe that it can only be done if we all play our part in a small way. It might not be in a big way, but in a small way, then we can be able to get things done.
It's true.
Yeah.
So they are also playing their part. Even when I went home, I had some of them join me to do the hard labor. They help, putting the bricks together. They help, that's their own part they're playing.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that. You get, so I cannot take all the credit. I cannot.
No. It's a
cannot
group
take it.
effort. It's
Absolutely.
a big thing. It's
Yeah.
a big thing.
If we had enough time to name all the names, I'm sure we could. But we would. But yeah.
No, that's so exciting. So do you have a plan of when you're going to go back and do phase 2, or do you have a...
So right now it's raining season there. And so after the rains, with the few money we have, we're trying to start. Yeah, but I'm thinking of going back to finish it. And that's why we're still
Got a fundraise.
So
doing the fundraising.
you hire contractors and builders, everyone from Sierra Leone.
Yeah, so the one I did when I went back home, I hired somebody, and I was like, the person is also from that community. I was like, you're not going to charge the way you charge. You get the point. You're doing, and I was like, okay, how can you contribute to make this happen? And the person, okay, yes, well, this is what I can do, and this is what I cannot do.
Yeah.
So we're able to have that, that common ground, and then we start the whole thing. But the community was really helpful.
Yeah.
They came, they provide the local materials, and
Great.
I'm sure they were so excited to hear you were doing this.
yeah, I mean,
Once
Is it good response, or what's the response like?
well, everybody, even right now, they are like still calling me. When are you coming to us to finish this?
Yeah.
We can't wait. Like, and
They're just so excited.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
so amazing. Even this December that just passed, so we hosted a Christmas party for 700 kids. So me, part of growing up, I never had a Christmas gift. It wasn't part of my story.
Dude, that's like heartbreaking.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
it wasn't part of my story.
Oh my goodness.
So Tiffany that I mentioned,
Yeah.
so she's literally my mom died in 2017.
Okay,
man.
sorry.
So
Sorry to hear,
I
yeah.
came here, and she's literally that mother figure in my life.
Yes.
You get the point. So
Sure.
so last Christmas she bought me a gift, and I was like, okay, this is really exciting.
Yeah.
And then part of the conversation, I was like, okay, how about we? And she was like, how about we
Get more Christmas presents?
Yeah, for the kids back home. I was like, okay, that's great.
I love that.
So we hosted a Christmas party for 700 kids. Like, we had 9 communities come together.
Okay.
What?
Yes,
That's a lot.
That's
So
a
wait,
lot.
from here, or did you go back?
No, I did not go back, but
You
I had
just
my
sent the
team.
gifts?
Yeah, we
Okay.
sent everything. I
love it.
That's cool.
Yeah, so the pictures and videos are on our social media. So if you check the Facebook,
Oh,
you
I
see the
love
videos
it.
and pictures there.
Was
Yeah.
it like a toy drive? How did you do that?
How'd you
or start
fundraise
it?
for that?
So I reach out to a couple of friends, and also, so I have this tradition. Every birthday, I always give back. I look for something to make a difference in someone's life.
Okay.
So part
On
of-
your own birthday.
Yes.
How nice of you.
So, and then part of that, I save part of that money too. And then Tiffany also like, okay, you know what? I think it's Christmas. Let me just, and also I asked some of my friends too who, and I was like, okay, it's Christmas, but we're putting together a party for like this amount of kids. Do you want to be part of it? And like, sure, maybe somebody will throw in a few dollars.
Yeah.
And, so that was how we were able to like put
Okay.
all that together.
Really
Okay.
cool.
So you just raised a bunch of money and then you let them go buy the presents back at home. You didn't send the presents.
No, we just bought food. And so there's this I don't know if you've had a Jola Fries. It's very famous. You should try it.
No, what is it?
So Jola Fries is really big in Africa. It's rice.
Okay.
So they with tomatoes.
okay,
and,
okay.
Yeah, it's really big.
Yes. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Jola Fries. It's really big. So it's just that special meal that every kid is excited to eat.
Okay.
What's all in it? I'm curious.
It's rice and tomatoes.
Is it like sausage? No.
So some people put sausage in
Yeah.
it, but it's really very delicious.
Okay.
Like so if you ever meet a Nigerian, just say jollof fries.
Okay.
They always fight. Nigerian Ghanaians always fight over it. They say they make the best. Ghanaians say they make the best. So we made jollof fries and got everybody a present and
I love
drink
it.
like soda, brought music.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something for most of those kids. This is not that was something
Almost
they've
like
not experienced.
life-changing.
That
Yeah.
you're gonna remember it forever.
Yeah.
They've not experienced. So
That
it
is
was
so
huge.
cool.
Like we had the whole
Inspired them
community
forever,
come,
probably.
yeah, the whole community come together and was like, okay, this is Christmas. How do we, Christmas is about family. How do we, this is, and yeah, it was beautiful. I wish I
That's
would have
really
been there
cool.
in person.
Yeah.
Literally.
I wasn't there. So I had my
Oh.
team back, like the guys who are volunteering for the foundation.
And you got videos. And
yeah, I
you
got
to see
videos
it
and
all.
everything. And they went there and put everything together.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do that again?
Yeah, hopefully I'm gonna
I hope you do it again.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to donate to that one. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
We do that every year.
That's
We're
really
gonna do
great.
it this year too.
So
love it.
you said you have like videos and photos and stuff. It all looks pretty good. Like, do you have a media team or?
Yeah.
I don't. So at this point, I've been just doing all that. I don't have a media team. I don't
Sure.
have like somebody. It's just my brother sometimes does it, but
So you have
it's not-
someone there though with a camera that can get.
Yeah,
all
I
that.
bought a camera and I took it home, but
Good.
he's just doing it at a low key. But right now, because
looks good,
so
though.
we're at the second phase, I'm even thinking of trying to do like a promotional video here.
I was thinking it already. I was
Yeah.
like, we need a good promo video.
Yeah,
for this.
promotional video, and at least maybe run some ads so that we can,
Totally.
We know a guy.
a guy who can help. Okay. Well, here we go. Well, welcome to the team.
Hello.
No, that's really cool. I was just curious because I saw all the footage that was from back there. So I was like, you had to have someone there.
Yeah.
So it's cool that you brought a camera
good
back
content.
Yeah.
to make it look good.
Just to at least get more donations. You can
Yeah.
see literally that you are there
Yeah.
giving them this stuff.
I mean, yeah, I really want to do it and then just be able to help. But trust me, there's so much needs in the world. There's so much that we need to do. There's so much, especially
Everywhere.
in Africa.
Yeah.
Especially in Africa. I think I have had somebody had this conversation with me too. Like it was like I don't think I want to give my money to all this big,
Because
just
it's
like
just their tax write-off.
Yeah.
and
They're
then-
making money on me.
Yeah, and it was like I prefer to give my money where I can see, I can ask questions.
100%.
Like just like you said, with those you do your roundup, you can't ask questions. You can't
No.
go and be like, hey, what are you guys? But you can ask me question like, what are you doing? Like, what's this? What's
Literally,
that? What's
what
you can
are you
ask
doing?
you can ask me questions and then based on the answers and the proofs, just like you said, the social proof, then you might be confident that people want to do good. You get the point. People want to do good. And at the end of the day, people also want to, in their effort of doing good, they also want to help themselves. You get the point. But for me, it's not about, I've had my own share of struggle, and money
it's
is
like your benefit is just seeing it improve and get better. Like you just
better.
want to see it get better.
I just want to see where my people will, kids will wake up and say, okay, yes, I have school to go. I just want to see, I want to leave a country because someday I'll be called home. I want to leave a country where my kids will say, okay, my father, he contributed. He was able to be, he was able to be that light, that hope. So everything I do, every money I raise, and that's why even with Tiffany, she has everything with the bank. She handles all the money. I don't I don't really money. It's not.
You're
I'm not
focused on
there.
the people.
I focus on the people. I get the money. She handles all the account and everything. Because I don't want it to be like, I don't handle anything with the money. Because money change people. It changed people over time. And so for me, it's not about the money, it's about the impact. Because if I am here today, it's that people also with kind heart help me. People were willing to pay
just
hundreds
spreads.
of dollars for me to come here. So for me, what is important, it's not the money, it's actually making somebody's life better.
Sure.
And you're just starting with the schools. I mean, I'm sure this is just the beginning.
Yeah, every day that's my prayer that the Lord will put me in contact with people that could help me, and together we could, make the world a better place, especially Sierra Leone.
For
So
sure.
when like on the logistical side of like picking where to put the school exactly and stuff like that, like did you meet with, is there like a board or committee
Planners.
that you have
Yeah,
to?
so in the Ray Foundation right now we have a board. I have a professor there, Professor Coleman, and I have some student too.
Oh, cool.
So I have a group of people. I don't make all the decisions.
Nice,
So
okay.
I'm back home. So we put the school in a very strategic location. So that way, so you have like those 9 villages, there are some that don't have school.
Okay.
So we put this one in a strategic position where everybody will come and meet halfway.
Yeah.
And then over time, when we grow, we're also going to start reaching out to those other community. It's
Totally.
so our goal is to bless one community at a time, one community at a time.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do what you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to stretch yourself too
reasonable.
thin and not
Yeah.
be able to do anything
To do
the right
anything.
way.
So it's just one community at a time, one
Yeah.
community at a time. And that's why we keep telling the story that people should join me in an effort in transforming people's life
Totally.
through education.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's the conversation. That's the idea.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
really
know
cool.
that you know, it's just been amazing. I love everything. I love the people in my life who are helping me, and hopefully we'll get to that point. I mean, whatever you're listening this is about, you know, it's about us. You know, I grew up in a community where, you know, it's about us and we. You know, so I believe that together, you know, we can.
I like that.
You know, we
Us
can
and
make
we, not I.
not I and me, because you know, in Africa it takes a whole village to raise a child.
I think
That's
everywhere it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah, the
But
point.
literally.
So so the Ray Foundation is a village at this point. So that's why my invitation to everybody is to come and join our small village, so that we can be able to raise those kids by giving them education, by giving them hope, you know, by giving them that, you know, that there's a way out of, you know, poverty, and that
Sure.
that way is education, whether it's been doing technical skills and, you know, whatever path you choose, at least, you know, we want to give people, you know, the reason that you know, education is the way out. So
At least an
that's-
opportunity.
Yeah,
to-
it's an opportunity.
And God, how inspiring that just must be to see, like for kids to see you coming back and doing that, just to know that they can do the same thing one day if they want to, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's
I'm
the
sure
goal.
you've inspired someone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, they could do better than
absolutely.
me. I'm not.
And not just you, your team, everyone. When I say you, I mean
Yeah,
all
everybody.
of what you're doing.
The whole idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everybody, everybody can. Yeah, everybody can help. Whatever way we can do it. That's what this is all about. It's about we coming together, and let's do it.
So you said it's rainy season right now, but you're going to be finishing the roof soon. What's that looking
so
like?
it's raining season right now. So after the rain, then we're gonna go back to work and start, you know, buying supplies first with the little we have, and then we'll start with those supplies. So otherwise they are working, and then we'll still keep reaching out.
Sure.
And as we get the money, and then we, you know, continue going it, because we want to finish it now. And,
Do you have any current like fundraising plans? in
So,
the works?
I think having this conversation was one of the plan, at least, because I've had I did an interview with East Idaho News,
Oh, great.
Nice.
and it went well. I was able to raise about $1,000 around
great.
that.
That's something.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Was it just like a news article that they put on their
it's
website?
just a news article, and they put it on their website, and then they put
Your donation.
my website link, and you know, a lot of people,
Great.
you know,
Great though.
Yeah, it's
So you got
awesome to see.
something that's better
Yeah.
than nothing.
yeah. And so right now it's just like I mentioned about the promotion of video. I want to do like a very like promotion of video, and then maybe run some Facebook ads and share it, you know, all over TikTok, LinkedIn, just, you know, throw
I
the
love
word,
it.
you know, throw the word out there, LinkedIn and all that. And then two, I'm trying to work with alongside Tiffany, some elementary schools in the Rexburg to go, because I know that these kids also normally do fundraising to help other
They
kids.
do school fundraising stuff. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So it's part of like trying to reach out to the principals of those schools and at least have the conversation. Like, okay, we're doing this. Is this something that you would love your school to be part of? You know, just at least let them know what is happening. And if it's something they feel like good about it,
You
and
never
they
know.
will, you never know until you try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, you never know until you try. That's what I always tell. I'm like, just ask. Literally ask them. Who cares? The worst they can say is no.
It's no.
Exactly.
like whatever.
That's true.
Hurt ego for a moment, but then you'll get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So that's also part of the plan too. And then I'm thinking of also like trying to do another like GoFundMe with the promotion of video too.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
then try to write some grants, like reach out to some organizations.
Cool.
And,
No, that's a good idea.
Right.
business, yeah.
So you had merch that you guys were selling also. You said Tiffany was selling like
sweatshirts.
sweatshirts.
We're selling that too.
So is it just say like Ray Foundation on
Yeah,
it?
it has so the thing is when we go to this, like if you, because most times people at least want to get something back. If
Yeah,
you
no, it's a
donate
good idea for you to
donate
do
a certain
that.
amount, you get like a hoodie. If you donate a certain amount, you get a T-shirt. Or if you donate a certain amount, you get a cookie or something.
No, I like
smart.
that though. It's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Or and then we have the raffle. We have some businesses. We have a tech business in town there that gave us a laptop to raffle off. We have
Okay.
the Dr. Strobel. He's a dentist, and he also gave some, teeth whitening kits, and
Nice.
and then we have a salon there. Tammy Salon also gave some massage and some hair product.
So you did a big raffle? Was it like a big event?
So we went to I think about 3 or 4 different fundraising events, and then people like bought ticket to enter the raffle. Yeah, so we just recently experienced Rexburg is when that was the last day, and now we raffle it off, and then so we're thinking of doing another one too.
That's a great idea to do a raffle because that's a good way to get people involved. With just giving stuff away. Like he worked at a marketing agency and he had a job one time that he had to call like literally everyone in town and ask for something free to like donate for.
It was like called they call it the Kamaina rate for like Avis budget rent a car. Basically, when like people would come visit Hawaii, it was like a one sheeter that just had, if they just went to that store, they would get something for free. It might be like a cup, a little bottle of like sunscreen, or like what free snow cone, but it was all free. And I just had to spend like a month straight just cold calling people, but it worked. And over time I had like 40 different things. And it was just like, it was just crazy how people want to help. And when you phrase it, it's like, just give a little, like even a little is something. It like people want to help.
A pen.
I think maybe people get intimidated by some of that sometimes if they're like, don't have much to give. They might not feel like it's enough. But
like it's not enough. But it'd be like anything is enough.
Yeah.
Give me something.
Yeah.
Just don't give me $0.
Well, I think it comes back to the idea that like kindness is not expensive.
Sure.
Kindness is not.
Yeah.
Just like you said, even if it's a pen. So with the Ray Foundation, we've had people, even if it's $1,
literally,
it makes it different. It makes it different. So kindness is not expensive.
Yeah.
So that's what I always tell people, that in whatever small way you can be part of what we're doing, please do.
Yeah.
So to end that then, where can everybody donate? What is the best place to go?
So if you go on our website, it's rayfoundationsl.org.
Okay.
There's a link there to donate.
Okay.
And then our contact is there. Maybe because just like a lot of people want to ask questions, and if you have any questions and you want to have the conversation, or if you know somebody who might know somebody who is interested in things like this, or businesses who wants to donate.
Totally.
And the good thing is we are 501c. You can get a tax write-off, and it's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then, just reach out, and we're more than happy to have this conversation. But remember, it's about we and us. It takes all of us. The Ray Foundation is a village, and please join us in an effort to raising those kids, with education.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's a great message.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for driving down here today. I feel like time literally flew by.
Yeah. That was great.
That was really great. I'm through your flat tire and Dan's cut forehead.
I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's just like the flat tire. Anyway, thank you guys.
No, it's okay, right? It was like 20 minutes before you came here. I took down our podcast gear, and there was like a metal plate on it, and it like fell down and hit me right in the forehead,
and
like cut it open. So that's why I have a hat on right now. It's like a Band-Aid under here.
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah, we almost canceled it. And then
I was like, do I need to call him? Do you need stitches? And as I'm missing your call saying, I have a flat tire.
Oh,
the world was trying to stop us.
Yeah,
not today. That means we're going to raise so much money off of this podcast, right, everyone?
Yeah.
I hope they made it this far.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you made it this far, please like, subscribe, follow. Do you have an Instagram?
Ray.Foundation?
Like, you mean my personal Instagram?
Or the foundation?
Yeah, it's ray.foundation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easy
Cool.
to find.
Yeah, you
so
can
everyone
just
go give a big donation.
Yes.
To Ray.Foundation.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, thank you.
What did you say the website was? Ray Foundation SL?
Rayfoundationsl.org.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
That's
the official.
The legit one.
Yeah.
Official.
Yeah,
Okay.
just go there and hit us up and let us do this.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing your story. That was really inspiring.
Yeah,
It's
very
cool to hear what you're
impactful.
doing.
Yeah, and thank you too for having me.
Of course.
Cool.
Of course. We'll have to make a video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks,
bye.
everyone. Bye.